So let's get into high school a little bit in those years. So you went to Stevenson?
Yep. Yeah, I went to Livonia Stevenson, and I didn't swim the first 2 years. And I got some negative feedback for that, but it was really brief, honestly. No one really like pressured me too much into it because I was really focused on Olympic trials at that point, and I knew it just didn't have the same feel as my club team. I wanted to go to Olympic trials. I wanted to do well at Olympic trials, so um, that was my main focus. That's why I didn't swim the first 2 years. And then I picked it up the next 2 years, junior and senior year. And I feel like going in, people expected something different of me. Like, I think they expected me to have a little bit bigger of a head than I did. But I mean, again, thanks to the way I was coached and the way my parents were, I went in kind of like one of the guys, and they were like, we're the captains. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I'll be in this lane, like swimming, like we're all going to swim. And it was probably my first pivotal leadership position, I would say, because I mean, a lot of the guys I ended up being really close with, and I remember we got our highest finish was second, and we were swimming against like Brother Rice and stuff like that, who can just pluck, good swimmers from wherever. And here we are, Livonia Stevenson up there, second place, which I mean, it felt great, and like I mean, I remember swimming relays with those guys, and it was one of those things where like of course like I had other things that I was going to go on to do, but like to be with them there, and swimmers who weren't going on to college, and see them at the height of their career, and that excitement just got me so excited, and I really enjoyed that part of it.
You said you felt some negative energy or whatever about not swimming those first 2 years. Was that within your classmates and within the school, or was that more in the swimming community that such a dynamic talent wasn't a part of the high school scene?
So that was definitely the only pressure I felt was from the swimmers themselves. And that was like, it was really barely like, I mean, I didn't know any of them going in because again, I was homeschooled 3rd through 8th grade. So um, those who did know about me, I mean, they like pressured me a little bit. They would talk to, either I was friends with them, or they would talk to my friends, be like, hey, just get them to like come out for the swim team. My friends from school, they were like, hey, like, should you swim? Like, are you a swimmer? And I was like, yeah, like I swim a little, like stuff like that. But no, I don't know if you've ever been on like the M Live forums or something like that, but
Sure.
there were some just insane rumors. They were like my parents would just laugh at it. They're like, yeah, they say that you're going to swim professionally in Greece, and that's why you're not swimming in high school. And I was like, this is like, it's just like ridiculous. So it was more fun. I just say pressure just because that's the best way to describe it. It wasn't anything that would ruin a friendship or a relationship or anything like that. It was just like hey, like once you like sat them down, and you're like, hey, like this is what's going to best prepare me for Olympic trials. They kind of, yeah, we understand. And the coach, Greg Shoemaker, really understood. I mean, he was great about it.
We'll get to Shu in a second. I've known Shu for 30 years.
Good.
So tell me about how being homeschooled shaped you. Yeah, you said until 8th grade, through 8th grade?
Yeah, through
So
8th grade.
How did that shape you, and how did that make you unique?
I feel like I had more time to dedicate to swimming. I mean, it was flexible. If I needed time off, I could just do more work ahead of that and go and do the whole championship season, the state meet. I don't think I ever did zones, but do state meet, do like this sectional meet in Ohio, do this sectional meet in Ann Arbor, and then do nationals. So like having that like 4 weeks and not missing any schoolwork, of like a 4 week of like travel. So like Wednesday through Sunday, you're busy, and you get back Sunday, you're exhausted. All you've been eating is Cliff Bars and whole wheat pasta for 4 days, like that sort of thing. Having that flexibility really helped me. And then the mentality of this is what we're sacrificing for this was also, I feel like, pushed me in the right direction.
So I real quick, I want to go back before we go forward. You mentioned that, your focus as a freshman was really heavily on, or it would have been as a sophomore, was really heavily on that 2012 Olympic trials. And it, not that you put all your eggs in your basket, but it was your focus at that time. Were you happy with how you did?
I was, yeah. I was happy with how I did. I can't actually remember. I know I did the 2 and 400 IM, and I think I ended up, I mean, yeah, I don't think I know my rankings from then. I know my rankings from 2016, but yeah, I just remember like it was like it was like one of the most nervous times that like I didn't get nervous because I was just excited for how I was going to do. But I mean, that was my first experience with a crowd that size. In 2012, they had pyrotechnics, which was ridiculous. They had the fire and everything. And the first event I swam was the 400 IM, and I was well enough in the circle seated rankings that, and they had such tight suit controls at the time that when I was about to step up on the blocks was when they paraded Phelps's heat out. So here I am, like a 16-year-old about to step up on the blocks, and the whole place starts going nuts for Phelps behind me. And I was just like, oh my God, just like shaking. And then I turn on my backstroke, and it's like you're swimming outdoors because they're filming in HD. So they just have so much light saturation on the pool that I was just like, yeah, it was definitely a unique experience. Some I wouldn't trade for anything. Very cool. But yeah, definitely nervous for it for the first time in a while. It's kind of like, what is this feeling?